You may have come across empty head playlists on YouTube. It's usually Nintendo music that you can zone out to, kind of put on in the background. I'm going to share how to make one of the common styles you'll hear, which is kind of like a bossa nova type thing. I'm going over the music theory behind making a chord progression that sounds like this. I'm going to break it down into 5 levels, going from like beginner to advanced, breaking it down as if I was making this song, writing it for the first time, but I already wrote the song. I got this software that shows the chords that I'm playing on my piano. It's called Chordy app, in case you're interested. Level 1, this is C major. The notes are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, or you can also refer to them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. By the way, the instrument you're hearing is from a new pack that I just put out. More on that later. So this right here is a very basic chord progression. It's written with 3 notes in each chord, call them triads. An easy way to build a triad is just skipping a note in the scale. So this progression goes C, D minor, E minor, D minor, E minor, and then it repeats C, D, E, and then it goes a 2, 5, 1, 2, D, 5, G, 1, C. That's a very common progression. It's a cadence, meaning just like an end to a chord progression, or like the end, so it repeats back to the beginning. Technical name for a chord progression like this, diatonic triads. Diatonic, this is important, by the way. Diatonic means in the key. All right, I'm going to stop talking and play the loop. I've got Latin kit. It's just a Logic stock loop. Let's go to level 2, which is basically just adding 7th notes. So a 7th note just means your chord turns into 4 notes. So you build it the same way, just using the same notes of the scale. This is a diatonic in C major. 3 common ones you'll see: major 7, minor 7, dominant 7. Sometimes you just call it the 7, C7. So this is C major 7. If I wanted to make it dominant, I would flat the 7. If I wanted to make it minor, I'd flat the 3rd. You can change the voicing, moving the E up, moving the B up. This is a very open voicing, and this is a compact voicing. Depends on what you're going for. I used an open voicing at the end because I've been using closed voicing this entire time, and I just wanted to change it up. Here's what the 7ths sound like. So in level 3, we're using a different key center temporarily. So I took the 3 chords at the start and moved them up to the key of F. So it started 1, 2, 3, and now in F, 1, 2, 3. This was the original chord. I changed it into open voicing so it was less repetitive. So this is in F. Chords here are now F major 7, G minor 7, and A minor 7. Here's how that sounds now. Let's go on to level 4. Something you can do to take it to the next level is add in non-diatonic chords. These are sometimes called borrowed chords. It just means it's not from the set of notes in your key, but it still sounds good. Right here, I wanted to do a descending chromatic thing. And so I reharmonized these chords. The only one that's not in the key of C is this, E diminished 7th. E is the root note. Diminished means note, space, space, note, space, space, note. So that's an E diminished, and then the 7th comes from adding another minor 3rd on top. So this one looks pretty symmetrical as a chord. And I added this G7 in it because it had a note that finished the descending line. Bar 7 has 2 new chords, F minor 7 and A7, A dominant 7. So the A7 actually sets up this D minor 7. It is called the 5 of that chord. There's a little music theory trick you can do to set up like a cadence. You know the 2-5-1, but you can do a 2-5 of the 2-5-1. 2-5-1, D minor 7, G7, and C major 7. The 2-5-1 targets the 1, right? 2-5-1. So what if we set up a 2-5-1 that ended on the D, and then from there you could go 2-5-1. This is what that would sound like. 2, so minor 7, a dominant 7 on the A, which is the 5, a 2-5-1. And you could technically go even further back. 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 1. That's why we have the A7 in there, is it's the 5 of the 2. And then the F minor 7, what that's doing here, it's more of just like a passing chord here. And bar 6 is the same. I just wanted it to kind of rhythmically match what happens in bar 7. The second half is just an inversion. Looks like that. And then I extended it to be a 9-bar phrase. Otherwise, it would have been a chord every second. Boom, boom, beam, bom, beam, bom. That's just a choice, and I didn't want to have that there. So this is what level 4 sounds like. This is good enough. You don't have to go to the next level. But if you want to, this is something you could do. Level 5 is like the advanced stinky chords. This is stuff that doesn't sound good. It's just more complicated chords. The change from level 4 to level 5 is just 2 new chords. So basically, use the complex chords wisely. Don't use them too often. The 2 that are different, bar 4, A over B flat, or you could say is B flat diminished with a major 7 on top. And then bar 7 is an A augmented. Augmented chords are like a good replacement for a dominant chord. So this could have been A7, but I changed it for A augmented. As for stinky complex chords, those aren't really that dissonant. So I'm going to show you the whole loop, and then after I'm going to show you the complete song this is based on. All right, so this is the song. It is actually a demo song that I made for my new sample pack called Open World Volume 1. It is Serum presets and one-shots, and the style vibe of this one is the empty head video game music or Frutiger Arrow or Plugin B. There's some of that in there too. Kind of the new retro sounds from like the late 90s to 2000s video games. And there are over 300 presets in that one. So it's Serum presets and one-shots if you don't have Serum. If you made it this far in this video, you may want to check that out. Might be up your alley. I got more videos and demos on the website that showcase this a bit more. I didn't want to put that all in this video. It would be too long. So link in the description or varsitybeats.com for the Open World Volume 1 pack. Everything in the song, except for the drums, is a preset from that pack. The song's also out on streaming services. I made a new artist account just to post stuff like this. All right, enough talking. Let's go.